Hello everyone, my name is Palmer from the Untapped Mana Show. Today we have a Duskmourn House of Horror Play Booster Box, completely sealed. I'm super excited to jump into this thing. A huge thank you to One For All Games in Peoria, Illinois for sponsoring this channel and this opening, giving me a whole booster box to open. I've already opened up one whole box on their channel, One For All Games, links in the description, and I got some pretty cool pulls, so let's see if we can get anything better than the box before. If you're ready, then sit back, relax, grab a bag of popcorn, and let's dive right into this box opening. And boom, all 36 packs out of the box. We got some pretty big stacks right here. I just did the box opening off camera because that thing always takes forever, but we have a ton of packs, so let's just dive right into the first one. This set has been pretty cool, and I didn't see a lot of the cards until I started opening up for the other video, and these were really cool. I'm going to move these back actually really quick, and there's a lot of cool cards in the set, so let's just dive in. So we have an insect creature token, break down the door, ooh, Rash's Carnival, Split Up, Altanach the Thrice Called. Now, I'm going to be saying some of these super wrong, just so you know. I already know I'm going to, so I'm not even going to say that I'm not. Stay Hidden, Stay Silent, Fear of Falling, and these are the new Enchantment Room cards. These things are super cool. So this is Smoky Lounge and Misty Salon. So I'm going to go through these pretty fast because, again, I've already done a box opening on One For All's channel where I've really looked into all the other cards in this set, looked into the packs really well. So we're just going to kind of go through these and just talk about the set, what's kind of going on with the set, and a lot of different cards that I like. So I did get to pull my chase card, which was the Meat Hook Massacre. So I was super excited about that. Meat Hook Massacre 2, I should say. Now, there is a chance to pull them in the same pack. The normal Meat Hook Massacre and Meat Hook Massacre 2. So let's hope that I do that. So we got an art card, Flesh Burrower, Abandoned Campground, Enduring Courage, Vengeful Possession, Duskmourn's Domination, Shroud Stomper, Orphans of the Wheat, Vanish from Sight, Frantic Strength, Final Vengeance, Turn Inside Out, Possessed Goat, Glimmer Burst, and Rip Chain Razorkin. So like I was saying, I've already opened up this set. I've already looked through the cards, and I don't want to say that I'm rushing through these, but I don't want to have to post another 40-minute video for you guys of me just slowly going through the cards again. So this is going to be a little faster, talking through the cards, talking about what's happened in Magic. There's been a crazy amount of stuff happening in the last couple weeks of Magic. Actually, in the last couple days. Ooh, the Roller Crusher Ride Mythic. That's pretty nice. We'll set that off to the corner over here. Super excited about that. Any Mythics are pretty good. And the beautiful TV screen. Those look really good. So, kind of what I was saying is, if you play Commander, the last couple days have been kind of crazy. So, Jeweled Lotus was banned. Mana Crypt was banned. Let's see, Nadu. I mean, that's not surprising that was banned. That's banned in every other format. And Dockside Extortionist was also banned. So, just some crazy, bannings of cards. Now, I can understand about the Dockside Extortionist. I can understand maybe about Mana Crypt. I can definitely understand Nadu. That's not really, I'm not too surprised about that at all. These beautiful lands. I love these so much. But with Nadu, I'm really not crazy surprised. Oh, God, that looks so good. The Charred Foyer and Warp Space. These mythic, non-border rooms look so good. I genuinely enjoy just, looking at them. But what I was saying more about, the Jeweled Lotus banning, I'm kind of just surprised that they do something like that, especially because, it's a card meant for Commander. Yes, I know you can play it in, Legacy and stuff, and I know there's some people who have, but it's just, oh my goodness, I can't believe that they would ban a card that literally says, in its text, use 3 mana to cast your Commander. It's meant for the Commander. Yes, I mean, it's going to get your Commanders out there fast, but some decks really rely on it, which kind of sucks. But, that's my opinion. Let me know your opinion down in the oh my goodness, if I could speak, comments about what's your idea kind of behind the whole situation. Because there's a lot of different debates online right now. A lot of people kind of not liking it. A lot of people liking it. People getting mad that people's investments are mad, but also at the same time people saying you shouldn't invest into Magic. So there is a lot going on right now in the Commander community. But any modern players out there, you know that, shoot, bannings happen all the time. But for us Commander players, these bannings don't happen all the time, especially with cards this big. So it was just really a surprise to a lot of people, even to me. Not saying that I invest into Magic, but I do have a Jeweled Lotus, and I do have a Mana Crypt, and those were definitely big pieces that I spent a lot of money on. And now, oh, Blazemire Verge. These full art lands look so good, too. Super excited. And Entity Tracker. 2 rares in 1 pack. We'll take it. But these cards were definitely expensive. And I know that I bought them. I know a lot of others bought them. And it definitely sucks knowing that we spent that kind of money just for them to get banned. But, oh well. You know, you kind of have to roll with the punches and just kind of say, this sucks, and there's nothing you can really do about it. But let's go on more to Duskmourn. So the set has technically been out for a week. Now, pre-release was last week, but this week the set will officially release. And I know that a lot of people are excited about it. A lot of people are hoping that it's going to bring a lot to Standard, which I can agree. You know, the sets this year have been pretty okay. Personally, ooh, another one of these Verge lands. Now, I will say, Karlov was not my most favorite set. Definitely could have been better. Definitely, there is some good cards. Like, looking at Standard, a lot of my Standard deck cards come from Murders at Karlov Manor. So, lots of good cards there. And Outlaws of Thunder Junction was pretty... I also thought that was a pretty good set. Bloomburrow, again, it's for people's taste. These last couple sets have been more for just people's taste. Now, you could argue the same about Duskmourn, just being more about horror fans liking it, but there are a lot of cool cards in this set. So I'm pretty excited to see what these cards are going to do in different formats, in Commander, and nice little foily room there, in Commander and all the other formats. So again, definitely super excited just to see what the future of this set's going to look like and see how it's going to impact. And now that we've hit this set, we get to find out what's coming next. So we do know that Foundations is coming next this year. But if you can remember back to the beginning of the year, we didn't know anything about Duskmourn. I mean, this set was they didn't tell us much. They told us it was horror themed because, like, they needed to tell us the theme of it. But they really didn't announce. When they announced what these basically sets were going to be for the future, they didn't really talk about what the Duskmourn was. So pretty excited to see what the future of this year, not that there's many months left in the year, but just to see gorgeous swamp right there. Looks so good. Just to see what the rest of the year is going to look like, just set-wise. Hopefully not too many. You know, all of our wallets don't want too many sets coming out, which I do want to give a huge thank you to One For All Games, again, the sponsor of this video. They are the ones who gave me this whole box for free to open to make a video for you guys, the viewers, and videos for their channel. So definitely, like I said, go check them out. Links will be in the description. What a great card right there. Unstoppable Slasher. Links will be in the description. And just go check out some videos. My good friend Pokero, also known as Rochelle. I call her Roach. We are really good friends just outside of making content. She is also sponsored by One For All Games. And she has a ton of Pokemon openings she's done. She's done some One Piece. And she's done some Digimon. So lots of content coming out from the both of us. I'm going to be focusing more on Magic and Star Wars Unlimited. Not as much on the Star Wars Unlimited, but I will open a lot of Magic and maybe some Star Wars. But together, we're going to be running the One For All Games YouTube channel and media. So definitely super excited for the future and excited to get back into this channel. I did take a break. Now, if you watched the video that I posted for One For All, you'll know that's a cool worm. You'll know that I kind of was talking about, yes, I had a break and I was going to do a relaunch of the channel, which I still am planning. I'm getting some better logos done, but I just want to make sure that I can put out the best content that I could. And honestly, at the time, I was not in the right place to do it. So thank you to any loyal viewers who are still watching it. I see you guys, and I can see the people who are still watching the videos, and it really means so much. So I can't thank you enough from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for checking the channel out. Thanks for sticking around. And if you're new, thank you for just watching the content. Like, I do put a lot of time into these videos, so it really means a lot. Ghost Vacuum, Ghostbusters, who are you going to call? It does mean a lot when I know that people are, ooh, in a ley line, people are watching the channel, because, again, like, I do put a lot of work into these videos, and it takes a lot to sometimes buy product. Now, that's why I want to thank One For All Games, who I'm getting free product from and able to open on the channel. And any cards that I pull in this opening, you can then buy from One For All Games in person at their store, and they have so many cards to choose from. So lots of different sets of Magic you can choose from, bulk wise. You can choose from, other rares and mythics. Just lots of good cards, lots of good sets. They have some sealed products, and they also have a lot of other games. So definitely, if you're ever in, ooh, and there's a mythic. Oh my gosh, no freaking way. We got that and Meat Hook Massacre 2 in the same pack. That's crazy. Well, this box has already been really, really good. Like I was saying, you can buy those cards in the next week at One for All Games, located in Peoria, Illinois. But they have tons of different games that you can try out too, like One Piece and Digimon. So if you're ever in the Peoria area, definitely go give them a check and a ring and just see what they have, because their product is always flowing through and new cards are always coming in. So again, a huge shout out for the packs to open and the content that I'm able to make. But I'm happy to be back in the saddle making videos for everybody. Oh, and another Verge. These look so good. And just back in the saddle to be able to make more content for everybody here. So I do want to know in the comments, definitely leave me some comments. What do you want to see? So the podcast was every Friday. I don't know if we're going to go back to that schedule, just so I can, still focus on college, as I am a college student. But I still want to make content. So do you want to see pack openings? Do you want to see more, design videos where it's me just talking about kind of Magic and the world of Magic? What do you want to see? So definitely drop some comments down below. Definitely drop a follow, and please share, if you can, the channel to all your friends and people who play Magic. It really helps to see that my content goes. I actually have lists, and Demonic Council, another great card from this set. This is super cool. And behind it, Unholy Heat. We will take that, another mythic from the special guest slot. That's the first card I got from the special guest slot, so that's pretty cool. What a good hit. But I want to say we do have about 9 countries worth of viewers. So I have over 5 viewers in 9 different countries. So that is absolutely insane to me. And a huge shout out to anybody watching not from the USA, because it's cool to know that my brand is seen worldwide. And I love making the content. I want to get more people into Magic. So definitely share this to people who maybe haven't opened Magic, who are interested, and people who have played Magic that want to see maybe a younger person's take on what the game is like. But I do enjoy it. I play a lot of Commander. Ooh, Ghost Vacuum. Again, Ghostbusters card. Let's go. I do play Magic. I play Commander a lot. I have started Standard. A modern deck is in the crafting, but I am sticking away from Legacy and Vintage, and I think those are really the same. And a couple other formats. Like, I still play Pauper, but it's more Pauper Commander. But it's just, some of those can get a lot, but I do love Commander. But when I am talking about Magic, a lot of my ideas and things will come up from a Commander point of view. So that's why I'm kind of like, oh, they banned, Leyline of Renaissance. I'm horrible at pronouncing cards sometimes. And Enduring Innocence. We'll take it. 2 rares in a pack. There's been a lot of rares in these packs and mythics. What a good box so far. I can't even lie. This has been a really, really hot box. So super excited to see that. Again, you can buy any of these cards at One for All Games. They will have them for sale right after I open this box. So super excited that not only am I able to give back to the shop and to the community, but we're going to be able to open some of these products early, seeing that One for All is an official Magic WP in-store. So super excited to see that. I'm going to be able to get you guys some good looks at things that are coming out, and I can show you early. Even promos. Come Back Wrong. What a good-looking art, too. And promos and stuff for different events, and we'll get to check them out and really dive into them and see what events are happening and stuff like that. So a lot of content in the future, basically, is what I'm getting at, is lots of stuff to see. Just stay tuned. If you really like what you're seeing, again, consider subscribing, consider giving a like and sharing. But I am here to make content for everybody, and I just want to share the love of Magic. So this video is a box opening, but it's also kind of a thank you and a we're back to, a beautiful forest right there. Ooh, I haven't seen this card yet. Marnia Vendrell. Really cool commander. And I'm just excited to be back in the saddle, again, opening packs and making content for everybody. So we'll get back into this box opening. More half of this video was just talking, but we'll get back into looking at these cards and talking about Bloomburrow. So again, a lot of that actually is a card maybe from the Addams Family. So lots of cards in this set are referencing different horror things, and there's a lot of cards, like I've said Ghostbusters a couple times, and I said this in the One for All pack opening, but I don't really watch a ton of horror movies because I kind of get scared, and I've never been good at watching horror movies. But ooh, Zimone all questioning. I believe that's one of the commanders. So that is actually pretty cool. And I don't get a ton of the references because again I haven't seen a ton of horror movies, but I can still see enough where I can tell like that's Jaws. That is definitely a take on Jaws, and they've done a lot. Any Clown too, and Clown and ooh, Boiler Bridge's Ripper. Just a ton of different cards in this set are just looking at different horror movies or taking kind of similarities to horror movies. Like I know there is one clown in the set that definitely looks like Pennywise. So I have seen it. I've seen it 1 and 2 and the original one. And see, look at that Gremlin token. If you've never seen the movie Gremlins, it's a great 80s movie. And Island, nice. Ooh, this looks good. Demonic Council in the TV frame. What a beautiful card. Demonic Council is also a really good card. So it is a 1 colorless and a 1 black. It's a sorcery. You can search your library for a demon card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle. Or, for Delirium, if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, instead you can search your library for any card and then put it into your hand, then shuffle. So, Demonic Tutor does the same thing, just without the Delirium part. But if you're playing like a discard deck or a mill deck where you're milling through your library, like, this is going to be a really good card just to go look, because you will for sure be able to get 4 more types of permanents in your graveyard if you're milling a ton. Speaking of, we have the Shard token. This is for Nico, one of the Planeswalkers and cards in the set, and you can pay to sacrifice this enchantment, scry 1, and then draw a card. So a lot of enchantment-based things. These are really cool, and I actually have a commander deck that's all about Planeswalkers, and Nico made Shard tokens, and I actually one time won a game by just having a ton of Shard tokens. So, ooh, and then a Tale of Tynamo. That's pretty cool. Neglected Manor, Grievous Wound, another room. These rooms are really cool. Greenhouse and Rickety Gazebo. So I'll read this. So it says, you may cast either half. That door unlocks on the battlefield as a sorcery. You may pay the mana cost of the locked door to unlock it. So you can pay this, and then later pay this to get the full room. But it is an enchantment, and they kind of sit on the battlefield, and you're going to be able to go into the rooms. So one stays locked, and then one doesn't. I've seen some really cool 3D printed tokens that show that one room is locked and one room is not. So definitely that'll be a cool, interesting mechanic. I've not seen them played yet. That's honestly what I'm really excited to see, is how people are going to use these cards in different decks. Am I going to see it in standard? I don't think so. I don't see enough that are good. Unlike in Bloomburrow where there's like the talents, some of the cards in this set are not as good as that, and they're not as like the Innkeeper's Talent, which I know is a really good card. I don't see any rooms that are going to be up to that level. So say its name. That's definitely from a horror movie. I don't know which one. But again, I don't see any of the like the talents are good cards in standard, but I don't see any of the rooms being great cards in standard. But some of them look like they could be really good in Commander. So again, I'm just excited to see what they're planning on doing with those rooms, or just what the people in the communities are doing. So if you have any cool ideas, definitely drop those in the comments, or send me links. I have my Instagram is open, and you can send me like, I think private message on there. It shouldn't block. Ooh, and a mythic. Funeral Room and Awakening Hall. Nice. And it shouldn't block you from sending me any kinds of messages. I don't believe. I can turn that off. But if you have like a Mox field where you have decks that are built around the rooms, definitely send me a video or send me the link, because I think that'd be really cool, and I definitely want to check them out. My Mox field is actually Master of Jank is my name, but I believe it is still the Untapped Mana Show as my handle. So definitely check that out. I have a couple decks that I've put on there. I have some fun ones that I made after Bloomburrow, where it's the infamous Cruel Claw, a World Fire, and 98 lands is my whole deck. It's a really fun deck. It's really dumb. Again, it's just a really dumb deck with a World Fire. I know a lot of people don't like that card, but when it's the only card in my deck, I mean, it's pretty funny. Like, you cannot lie. Only having one card in your deck with just the rest being lands. I love decks like that. Can they get annoying because they only do one thing? Yes, but you know, if you're only going to pull it out every so often, then that's okay, and we can enjoy the little dumb decks like that. Do you have any jank decks that you play? Again, let me know down in the comments. I always want to talk to people and hear what their experiences in Magic is like, because everybody has played Magic differently. Everyone goes to Magic for a reason. Everybody plays certain things in Magic. I know personally I play a lot of Simic decks, I loved Landfall. I love stuff like that. These are the cool cardboard tokens for the locked doors, but there are some really cool custom-made ones, definitely from a 3D printer. So I might get my hands on some of those if I end up playing some of the decks that relate to the rooms. But again, I think this set is pretty cool. A cool take on horror and just showing that Duskmourn, it's like everything's in this one house, this giant house. And so with the lore, the rooms really fit well because, you know, you see all these cards, you're like, no way these are all in the same place. But then what the story is actually about is a giant house. So the rooms really do bring this to life, and it's a pretty cool idea. I wasn't really excited for this set when they announced it. I was like, oh, cool. Like, I'm not a huge fan of horror. I figured this is only going to focus on, you know, black cards and blue and red, but there's a lot of good support for everything in this set. You know, some things are not as good, like some of the green. Now, that's actually a pretty cool looking art. The green and the blue and stuff like that. There's not a ton, or white. There's a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of enchantments in this deck, or not in this deck, in this set that are really helping people, but I didn't think it was going to be helping all colors, and there is a lot of good cards for each color in here. So that does make me happy that this set supports a ton of different stuff and not just your normal cards and stuff. Ooh, Overlord of the Boiler Bilges. That looks really good. And a Blazemire Verge. These are really good lands, and I can't wait to see how these play in Standard. I know some of these lands are going to be really exciting to play in Standard. But what I was saying was, I actually don't remember what I was saying, so totally block that from your mind. That's my ADHD while cracking packs. I pull something really good, and I just get too excited and totally forget what I'm saying or talking about. So it looks like we are left to last couple packs. Let's count here. We have 3, 6. All right, we got 8 packs left. Hopefully we can get some good stuff. We've already got a lot of good things. But the Meat Hook Massacre 2 is pretty cool. In my other opening, I did pull one, and I pulled the special framed one. So I was pretty excited about that. But, ooh, Tyvar the Pummeler. Look at that. Another Mythic. These boxes have been really good, too. And I always say this, that I love play boosters. I don't know what I thought about them when they first were announced. I kind of was like, oh, come on, like, let's just do set and draft. Honestly, I'd rather just deal with the play boosters. Now that we've had about 4 sets of them, I don't think I ever want to go back to just set and draft packs. I like collector packs, don't get me wrong. I just don't buy a ton because they're expensive. But play boosters are so good because you have a chance of getting like 3 to 4 rares. Like you've seen, we've got a couple packs in these where we have the rares, the foil, a couple mythics, and a lot of commons and uncommons. So it's pretty nice to see that there is a lot of good stuff in these packs, and comparatively to a set pack where, yes, you could get a couple good pulls, but majority was just one rare, and it was never even a good rare. So that's why I do really like the play boosters, and I love the special guest series. I think that was such a great addition. I don't know when those started coming out. Maybe Ixalan, I want to say, was like the first time. Don't quote me on that because I actually don't know. But, ooh, Razorkin Needlehead extended art. That looks really good. But don't quote me on when. I think it was Ixalan, though. But again, the arts look so good because it's always by special guest artists. I know the one for Bloomburrow, I don't know if it's a special art or special guest, but I know that the guy who made the original Charizard art for Pokemon made some art for Bloomburrow, so that was pretty cool. I will have a box opening of Bloomburrow coming to the channel soon. We got a whole box of that from One For All Games, so I'm super excited to crack into that. That set was pretty cool. Again, I'm not a huge fan of it. Ooh, Valgaroth's Onslaught. That looks really good. Manifest Dread. It's a cool mechanic too. Now, what I was saying too was I'm not a huge fan of the set just because it doesn't help any of the decks that I play per se, but there's so many good cards in it. And with my Squirrel deck, it does help my Squirrel deck, but I only just got the Precon from Bloomburrow, so it's also like I already have a lot of the cards I need. And that was such a cool deck because Chatterfang came in, and that kind of blew my mind. I was already planning on making a Chatterfang deck, and when they announced a Squirrel Precon, I was like, well, perfect. I always like buying Precons. I know a lot of people say, like, Unidentified Hovership. This is probably one of my favorite rares. Ooh, Unwanted Remake. These arts look so good. But what I was saying kind of about the Precon is I love buying a Precon and then just tearing it down and then adding cards to it. Like my most expensive deck, which is my double land deck, was a Precon. It was AC of the of the Gyre Strait. So I always get really excited when I can get a precon and then just turn it into a fun deck, because that deck almost doesn't resemble what the original precon was. And it takes a lot to make a deck. So when you can take something like a precon and just edit it, I feel like that's going to help new players, and that'll just help anybody who just enjoys like not deck building. Ooh, Walk-in Closet and Forgotten Cellar, another mythic. Again, we've got a lot of mythics in this pack, and not in this pack, in this whole box. It's always nice to see. I don't think you're guaranteed a certain amount, but I always like seeing them. Now, not a lot of them are. So honestly, some rares are sometimes better than these mythics are, but it is nice to see the mythics. I think the orange always looks so good, and that's what I always try to go for, is pulling those mythics out of packs. Now, I never really look for cards out of packs anymore. There is certain cards like I do want, but I don't open a ton of packs for myself, just because I've just started buying singles, and it's honestly become really easy to make my decks. I've been playing a lot more than I have, so it's more of I see a card, I want a card, I buy the card instead of cracking packs to get it. Now, will I buy, in Last Pack Magic right here, will I buy an Ixalan pack to try to get a Mana Crypt? Yes, like I will try, but I never just buy packs to try to pull that anymore, because I know it's just honestly cheaper to just buy the card itself. So, all right, we got Razor Trap Gorge, Winter, Misanthropomorphic Guide, and Enduring Vitality. 2 rares in a pack. Nice. Oblivious Bookworm, Disturbing Mirth, Savior of the Small, Clockwork Percussionist, Winter's Intervention, Twist Reality, Say Its Name, Hardened Escort, Boiler Bitch's Ripper, and a Terramorphic Expanse. All right, well, it looks like that is going to do it for this whole box opening. We got a ton of mythics in this box. Look at all these beautiful cards. All of these cards, which you can now buy at One For All Games. By the time the video is up, these cards will all be for sale at One For All Games, located in Peoria, Illinois. Another huge thank you to the store for sponsoring the channel and giving me this whole box to open to show you guys what's inside this brand new set, Duskmourn House of Horror. Again, thanks for watching. Please share, please like, leave a comment. What was the favorite card that I pulled in this box opening today? Well, we'll see you in the next one, and have a good one.